We must laugh. We must sing, for we are blessed by everything. Amen. Welcome back, guys. We have the Sword of Truth out. We ask that you join us. We ask that you take a few minutes. We're going to help you get rid of all the weeds, all of the stuff in your life that may be plaguing you, the confusion, the anger, the anxiety. This is the sword. We're going to knight a few men tonight. We're going to make sure that you leave here with the power to continue on without fear, without hopelessness. That is our goal. That is why we're here. We're a brotherhood. We're a tribe. With that being said, I'm joined here with Nick, a friend, a brother. And what I've been noticing very lately is that there's a spirit among us men. You can call it a spirit. You could call it a energy. Something that is infecting the lives of young men, older men, boomers, doomers alike.
Zoomers.
And it's a spirit that causes us to have fear, to have lust, to have greed, to have a sense of depression and aimlessness in this life. And the spirit makes you feel stuck, apathetic. And I've realized that the only way that we're going to combat this is if we find in life a sort of meaning, a sort of purpose, fulfillment, something that we can get our hands on and we can create. Guys, it's with creation that we actually make meaning of our lives. And I know for myself, I'll tell you that I spent a lot of days in the darkness. I spent a lot of days where I was filled with just chasing simple pleasures. I was chasing girls all the time. I was looking up how to pick up girls. I was finding, the new tips, the new strategies. There was times in my life where I just felt hopeless, man. I was just trying to, play the newest video game. Maybe take another drink from the alcohol. Hang out with friends, get high, get drunk, It was all, it was just kind of coping with my existence. And it kind of stemmed from not knowing what to do. I had no passion. I had no purpose. And I realized that, time goes on, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be aimless. I hate the anxiety that comes on me. I hate feeling anxious about the future. And I realized that it's a purpose that you need in your life. You need ferocity. You need some sort of reason to get up in the morning. Amen.
Keep it going, dude. Let the people weep. Why stop?
I don't know if they're ready.
They're ready. Why stop, man?
I don't know if they're ready, man.
They're ready.
I
just keep it.
Don't know if we can go this deep.
Just get them.
Can we go this deep?
The campfire's lit, man.
we can.
We're running out of logs. Just hit them with the logs. We gotta get out of here.
Deep.
Got our coats on.
We do. We gotta get out of here, man. It's a message that's been brewing for a long time. I want you guys to know. Listen, man. First off, a lot of you guys, you're experiencing anxiety. I experienced anxiety big time in my life. And, as I looked into anxiety, I realized that it's kind of a good thing. It's a gatekeeper. It makes sure that you don't jump off the cliff. You don't get too close to the cliff. When you get too close, you start sweating. Mm-hmm. You start getting anxious, man. But that's what it does to your life. If you're always anxious, it's a reason. It's trying to keep you safe. Your body doesn't care if you're happy. Let's just address that. Your body does not care if you're happy, if you're all, euphoric, living good. Doesn't care, man. It's just trying to keep you safe. All it cares about is if you get enough food, water, if you have a place to sleep, you don't freeze to death. So the anxiety that we feel these days in 2019 is sort of like this gatekeeper, something that we're listening to. And I learned that I can't listen to it anymore. It's not a good spirit. Because the hardest things in life to find fulfillment and purpose in your life, you're going to have to overcome the anxiety. The anxiety, as I looked into it even deeper, I spent time alone. I went into the cave. I started to question it. I realized that it's sort of like the mother. It's the mother that cautions you before crossing the street to look both ways. It's the mother saying, be careful at school today. Don't hurt yourself in the gym. Don't over stress yourself.
Now, when I was a boy, my mother would she would be worried about her dad, old man, my grandpa. And she would say, "Oh, there's a storm coming. Grandpa, get inside. It's about to rain." Her anxiety for me, for my brother, was get our old man inside. There's a danger lurking. So me and my brother got our squirt guns. Grandpa's by the coop out in the farm. Grandpa, we're thinking, he's got to get in. Mama's right. This old man needs to get in before it rains. He's an old man. He might get sick. So me and my brother take the squirt guns, and we're squirting in the air like it's raining, and it's dropping on this old man. We think we're doing him a favor by showing that the rain is falling, that he should get in, because mama's calling. Our mama heard his daughter. And he just looks at us. Right then, just a quick glance, letting us know that he's in control. Mama doesn't have to worry. Grandpa knows. He knows it all. We didn't know that Mama's fear was in nothing. It didn't mean anything to him. She was wrong. He knew what he was doing, and all he had to do was look at us, and we knew that he was still in control. Not Mama's fear, Mama's comfort. Get inside, Grandpa. Get inside. It's raining. This guy's been through everything. Everything and back. He looks like he's lost, but he knows. Anyway, I just had to put that story in there for you.
The comfort of the mother.
Mm-hmm.
What it's supposed to be. For the warrior when he comes home from war. The lover. The woman, the maiden. The man cub, he comes home. Protected. And oftentimes anxiety is a lot like that mother bear that wants the best for you, but it makes you overthink. It makes you question every turn, every corner, what lurks in the darkness. And many of us are left without the father figure. We're left without the king. We're left without the brother that can show us the way, that can take us on the hunt, that can help us face the danger that lies ahead. And if we do not have this brother figure in our life, and many of us are overruled by the mother's worries and the anxiety that the mother gives us, the shame that she makes us feel. And it affects us into our adult life when we enter our late teens and our early 20s. We're afraid to approach the woman. We're afraid to set out to live on our own. We're afraid to leave home. We're afraid to face the meaningless existence that comes up in our minds, the nihilism, the depression. And I realized that one of the ways that we must conquer this, the only way that we must conquer this, is to forgive our mother. We must forgive our mother. We must realize that we do not have to please our mothers. We must look to the future, into ourselves and what we can do, how we can set out, how we can go forward without the mindset of, how am I going to please my mother? How am I going to make my mother happy? How am I going to make my mother smile down at me and not let her down? I don't want to disappoint her. This is the only way as men we can go forward. We have to depart from this way of thinking that we're not good enough, thinking that we have to do something to please. That's not being a man. Being a man is going forth and creating with the energy that you have. Going forth and helping the men in your world, in your circle, in your community, being strong enough, creating for them, setting a path, whether that be, being the local town smithy, being a baker, being the wise sage, being the master. You have to go on and create through creation. As men, we were meant to create through creation is the only way that we combat the anxiety, that we combat the dread of life, the dread of existence, that we overcome the fear and the hopelessness and the depression and the greed. You see, when we're stuck in this way of thinking, what happens is that we get weighed down by lust and desire. Our problems overtake us. They make our lives. We become small. We worry about trivial matters. We don't really see the point in this all. We don't know what to do next. The only way is through creation. Just as we were created, we have to create to make meaning of this existence. I want you guys to know there's no other way. That's why we sit around this fire, me and Nick here. We've done this forever, man. This is our existence. We realize the bigger picture. Nothing else really brings any happiness than creating. Than going into the mind, going into the depths of our soul to figure out what we need to do next. I know it's easy when you get surrounded by others your age. Everyone is kind of weighed down by the same sort of worries and anxieties. It seems hopeless. You have your friends that are the same age. You have no elders. You have no men in the tribe to pull you out, to tell you, follow me. Come on the hunt with me. Let me help you plant the food to reap the harvest. You get lost. That's not how it's supposed to be. So now is the time to work. Now is the time to commit to going forward in your life and creating the life that you have envisioned inside of your head. There's no turning back now. In the great words of Charles Bukowski, go all the way. And if you don't want to go all the way, then don't even set out on the journey, because there is no turning back. And many of you have decided that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a purpose in my life. I'm going to find meaning. I'm going to help other people. I'm going to give my life to giving value to others. I'm going to seek the light. There's no turning back. Listen, as men, you cannot live in fear. You cannot live in this state of existing where you're just looking for another video. You're just looking for another way to pass the hour, another, little hit of dopamine, something pleasurable. You can't live like that, man. It's not fulfilling. You have to give your life to a greater purpose, something greater than yourself. And you have to fully commit. There is no turning back. Go all the way. And if you're not willing to do that, then don't even start. Don't even start. It's not worth it. Because you're going to let yourself down. You're going to let a lot of other people down. People are depending on you. You're a man now. You're not a boy anymore. And so you need to part from the boyish ways. Me and Nick, we've done this for many years now. And Nick himself, he's been helping people. He's been helping people find, stuff to heal themselves online, supplements, whatnot. I've been here. I've been making videos. I've got 1,300 videos. I don't think you need any more videos. You can go watch those. We've been doing this day after day. We've had our family rebuke us. They've said, what are you doing? Why didn't you go to college? And our answer is because that's not for me. And for many of you, the answer is that's not for me. I don't want to do that. That's not my path. We have a vision. We have something bigger. And even though we may be rebuked, we are convicted that that is not for me. I know many of you know this as a fact. You see things differently. You're rebels. You go against the grain. You're not always certain of the future. But I'm telling you is that the only way to go into the future is to pick up yourself, to pick up your cross, to work hard, to pick up the hoe, to get on the tractor, to pick up the scythe, and to make your life how you want it to be, man. You have to work. You have to be diligent. You have to be vigilant. There's no turning back, man. I hope that you guys find this hope, man. I hope that you don't give up. You don't give in to all the naysayers, the haters, whatever you want to call them. This is your only life. Don't surround yourself with people that are just the same. All right? I want to help you, man. Me and Nick, we both want to help you. We've both been doing this thing online. It's been a struggle. We've been giving it our all. There's no turning back, dude. I mean, I think that many of you are ready to set on this journey, but you're afraid. You know, once you commit, there's no turning back. You don't just get to say, "Hey, yeah, this is it, man. No, dude, there's no turning back. Everyone will rebuke you. They'll call you crazy. There's a bunch of naysayers out there. Right? So the only question is who's coming with us. Right? The only question is how do we go forward in the future? Who's coming with us? We want to show you guys how to do this. We've been making money online for so many years now. We found freedom. We found we don't have to go to work and clock in, have a boss yelling at us, breathing down our necks, telling us we got to meet this certain quota. I got no one telling me that. And it was because a long time ago I decided I'm going to commit. Me and Nick, we committed. We worked together. This is my brother, my friend in need.
Thank you.
And you know, it took a lot of work. It took a lot of trial and tribulation, a lot of failure, a lot of lonely, restless nights, a lot of sad nights, boredom. Okay, facing the depression, facing that spirit that wanted to overcome me, wanted to throw in the towel and just give up. But no, I'm not going to let it, because what? I'm fully convicted. I'm committed to seeing this all the way through. And I want you guys to realize that there's a way out. You don't have to be a part of the status quo. You don't have to go in the same direction as every other person, all the people in your family, your brothers, your sisters, the entire generation, going to school, getting stuck in a 9-to-5, getting depressed, turning into drugs, turning into the booze, turning into, who knows, and not really being a sort of force to be reckoned with. Guys, the reason that you're depressed and the reason that you've let something overtake you and get you hopeless is because you've given up. You've fully given up. You need challenge in your life. You need to attack life. You need to constantly be attacking. All right? You need to be ruthless with your creation. It's the only way. And you need to share your gifts with everyone else, because you have something to give. All right? You have something to give, and you may not know where to start. Right now is where to start. Right now is where to start sharing, start giving value to other people, start making this world a better place. It's not all about you, okay? But what you do know, you can share that with the entire world. You have the potential right now. You have the tools in your hand, in the arsenal, that Alexander the Great didn't have, Julius Caesar didn't have. You have more tools in the palm of your hand than great men of history ever had. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to create the life that you want? How are you going to raise up? How are you going to help your family? Or are you just going to be some miserable sod that decides to call it quits? Just goes halfway. I'm asking you to go all the way. Me and Nick, we're going to show you how to do this. All right? For those of you that actually are serious, you want to use these tools to your advantage, we're going to show you how to go all the way. We've been doing this for years. We've put our blood, sweat, and tears into this dude. We've been rebuked by our family. And we kept going. And now they look at us with with amazement, admiration. It's crazy. It's like, no, I just stuck with it because I knew that there was something there. Okay? And what I'm asking you is, the only question to ask is, who's coming with us? Who's going to be by our side? Who are we going to help, sort of wax all of this mirth out, this murky waters? We're going to help you get out of this. Who's coming with us? Don't sit alongside anymore, just going through random YouTube videos, worrying about self-help. You're better than that, man. It's time to go above and beyond. People are depending on you. Your mother's getting older. Your father's getting older. They're not going to be there forever. All right? Their health is deteriorating. Times are getting tough. The crisis is near. Okay? The economy may crash any minute now. Who's coming? So you cannot be someone who just bows down, cowers out. You have to be willing to step up to the plate and say, I am. I'm that man that my family can depend on. I'm that person that people can come to in the time of need. And you carry everyone. All right? You carry everyone. You step up to that plate and you make it happen. It starts now. If you do this, there's no going back. Come join us. Me and Nick, we're taking a handful of men and we're helping them go into the future. All right? We're giving everything that we know. Everything that we're putting our necks on the line here, man. You're right? We're doing it all, dude. Anything you need, we're here for you. We're waiting. Who's coming with us? Let's get started, bro. I'll see you guys soon.
Later, guys.